President Rodrigo Duterte, during his State of the Nation address Monday, says his war on drugs will be unrelenting. Duterte says he will not allow people involved in illegal drugs to, quote, have the luxury of enjoying the benefits of their greed and madness. He says, quote, the fight will be unrelenting. The fight will not stop until those who deal with it understand that they have to stop because alternative is either jail or hell. Solving the drug problem was among Duterte's key promises in the 2016 elections. The war on drugs has the support of many Filipinos, but it has been the focus of criticism by many sectors, both locally and internationally. Police are accused of resorting to extrajudicial means in the name of the drug war. Duterte calls on critics to, quote, use their influence and moral ascendancy to educate Filipinos instead of, quote, condemning the authorities and blaming them for every killing that bloodies this country. At least 7,000 were killed in Duterte's war on drugs. President Rodrigo Duterte claims Rappler is fully owned by Americans during the second State of the Nation address. Duterte warns Rappler that this violates the 1987 Constitution. Rappler is 100% owned by Filipinos. Rappler previously debunked this claim on foreign ownership, which was first circulated by Duterte's online defenders. Duterte says, quote, Rappler, try pierce the identity and you will end up with American ownership. The president inserts his rant against media companies in the middle of talking about mining and his determination to hold mining companies accountable for environmental damage. This is the president's first public statement against Rappler, but his online defenders have been hitting the company for more than a year now. Duterte previously hit the Philippine Daily Inquirer and ABS-CBN for their alleged bias and vested interest. Early this month, he threatened to expose the Inquirer's majority owners, the Prieto-Rufino families. 2 weeks later, the Prietos sold their stake to business tycoon Ramon Ang, a close associate of Duterte. Senate President Coco Pimentel says the death penalty bill is not a priority in the Senate. Pimentel says the bill would be discussed in the Senate as a gesture of friendship to the House of Representatives, which already approved the bill. The imposition of the death penalty was one of President Rodrigo Duterte's campaign promises. Pimentel earlier said the bill's fate in the Senate is uncertain because even some administration senators are against it. Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez on Monday says legislation that introduces civil unions and dissolution of marriage would make marriage stronger. Alvarez says the dissolution of marriage gives married couples or a married individual the option to end their union on the basis of unhappiness. He adds, quote, both parties have to be happy in a marriage, so you have to endeavor that your partner is happy. Without giving specifics, Alvarez says he estimates it would take 1 day at most to dissolve a marriage should both parties agree to it. He says he will consult overseas Filipino workers, citing instances where returning OFWs find their spouses already in new relationships. Alvarez's personal life and apparent estrangement with his wife grabbed headlines last March amid a spat with friend-turned-foe Davao del Norte Representative Antonio Florendo Jr. Alvarez and Florendo's respective partners had apparently gotten into a spat. United States President Donald Trump's new communications director on Sunday vows to clamp down on unauthorized leaks that led to months of largely unfavorable headlines. Anthony Scaramucci, a millionaire New York financier, was named communications director last Friday. This led to the resignation of Trump's press secretary Sean Spicer, who was replaced by Sarah Huckabee-Sanders, his former deputy. Scaramucci says, quote, it's Washington, so it's going to be impossible to stop all of them, but I think what's going on right now is a high level of unprofessionalism, and it's not serving the president. He adds, quote, I will take dramatic action to stop those leaks. Trump was incensed by the amount of information leaking from the West Wing, revealing infighting, coordination problems, and private conversations in the upper echelons of his team.